How's that for an intro, huh, folks? Holy shit! Man, when I saw that intro, I was like, this looks intense. Like, this expansion is gonna be fucking intense. Off the wall. What's up, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. But yeah, like I said, when my first time seeing that trailer after I beat Realm Reborn, because, like, nobody told me about this, but when I first started playing this game, you know, your very first time logging in, you see the original FF14 splash screen, and you register your account, your service account, whatever, yada yada, and then you go straight to the character select screen. You see the intro movie first, and then you go to the character select screen and you make a character and you start playing, right? After you log out and go back in, from that point on, you just see the intro to the latest expansion, assuming you've bought everything, which I did right away. I bought everything on sale. Back then, the latest expansion was Shadowbringers. So the second time I logged in ever playing this game, almost about a year and a half ago now, I saw the Shadowbringers title screen, not this one, right? And was just like, oh shit, okay, so this is for the latest expansion. And then if you sit there idle, it starts to play the trailer. As soon as like the first 2 seconds of the trailer started playing for Shadowbringers, I immediately just hit a button and said fuck it, went back to the top. I was like, there's probably gonna be spoilers. I was like, and I was right. So I just immediately said, Spidey sense kicked in, I said, no, fuck it, I'm not getting spoilers. So I went back to the title screen and I would just make sure never to AFK on the title screen. And this was before there was auto logout. I know we've had auto logout for a very long time now, so people might start forgetting what that was like. But back in those days, you could stay AFK as long as you wanted, you wouldn't get kicked off unless your internet failed, right? So I didn't have to worry about that either. So as long as I didn't AFK on the title screen, I wouldn't get spoiled. Must be a lot harder now for new players. Because you get kicked out, you get here, and then the trailer starts playing for Endwalker. Oof. But yeah, so then eventually I started messing around and I discovered the movies and title thing. And I was like, oh, I see, so I can actually, you know, I can actually go back and see the title screens and the trailers for all the old expansion. Which I thought was really neat. And you can rewatch the opening movie, right? So I made sure on my first playthrough a year and a half ago, I was like, I'll watch them as I go then, to avoid spoilers. That makes more sense. So I wouldn't change the title screen every time I logged in, I just made sure not to look at the Shadowbringers trailer. But once I finished the Realm Reborn, like we did last night, and I started with Heavensward, I was like, alright, I'm free to watch this. And yeah, as soon as the trailer starts, I was like, spoilers galore, thank god I never watched this before. I was like, because it would have spoiled everything. It would have completely spoiled that last scene that really hit me hard last night, on my first playthrough that is, a year and a half ago or whatever. It would have completely spoiled all that shit if I had watched the Heavensward trailer before reaching the beginning of Heavensward. So I was like, okay, I'm doing the right thing then. So I was like, I won't watch Stormblood or Shadowbringers until I get there, you know? And yeah, that's what I did, my first playthrough, so... Now with the auto logout, oof, my heart goes out to y'all who, if you AFK too long, you'll probably come back to your computer or your console playing the fucking Endwalker trailer and you're not even there yet, and you're just like... You might walk back into your room and just be like, you know, oh shit, it's playing the trailer for the expansion, I'm not there yet. And then, yeah, exactly, that. Okay, so enough rambling. I just wanted to bring that up, but, something else I want to do before we actually get started with Heavensward. Ah yes, the Steps of Faith. That battle can drag on for 10 plus minutes. If you want to see, like, what happens if you let it go further. I thought about doing that for a sec, but then I realized it was going to be a little dull, and yeah, it kind of was. But so during my free time, when I caught up with the other Leon, I decided to actually see what happens if you just let the dragon reach the end. And then kill it, of course, still, but I wanted to see all the mechanics. And then I even took another clip of when you actually fail. So I kind of wanted to show that before we get started with Heavensward, because I feel like I kind of shirked it, you know? I was like, I kind of killed the boss too fast. It was a little anticlimactic. So I'm not going to show the whole thing, we're going to skim through it, but... alright, for some reason, clips are way quieter, I gotta raise it up a little. Raise it up to here. 80% or what? 85? Yeah, this is fine. 80%. Because it's quieter on... When you're watching a recording, it's way quieter than when you're actually playing the game for some reason. Okay, yeah, we saw the intro, whatever. So yeah, I was like, fuck it. Let's, this is really quiet, actually. I'm gonna raise it all the way up. I said, fuck it, I want to see what happens if you let it keep going. And I found out, The parade fight, yeah. I found out you can actually use the dragon killers on the towers. Like the NPC, like Lucia's commanding, right? She says right there. Like you can see. Actually, no, you can't because my webcam. Here, fuck it. We already did this fight anyway, so let me just do this. So there you can see what she's saying. Talks about the healers, whatever. I used the cannons and fucked around for a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna skim through it. And then when this happens, yeah. I never knew about the dragon killers on the towers, and I was like, what the fuck? That's why I redid this fight and actually recorded it on the PS5. I was like, let me see. Let's see what happens. Let me get to that part. But yeah, this is pretty repetitive. Shoot him with the cannons, kill the fucking ads, fight the dragon. Oh yeah, I finally saw Lucia, like, towards the end. I never knew she was actually there. I could just see her text. Where's the first dragon killer? It takes a while to get there, actually. So he breaks the shield, first ward. There's the first one, okay. So it's coming up right here. Let's see. I think it's after he destroys this, Lucia tells me to get on the dragon killer. She's doing the reprimand emote? That makes sense. She's shouting out orders. He blows up these cannons. That. And then Lucia yells out, or somebody, about the dragon killers. There, she said, climb the tower and man the dragon killer. Steady now, time your shot. I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of like, oh shit, if I don't do it now, he's probably going to pass the, you know, the range or whatever. So I just went for it. I was like, go, go, go. I never needed to climb these things. I never saw anybody do this when I did this thing. And sure enough, there it is. I was like, eat this, you prick. Boom! I was like, what happened? I didn't even see. So apparently it shoots it into the sky. See that spike on the tower? It shoots it into the sky and then it arcs back down. I had no idea what to expect, so I didn't see it. But I do it again with the other tower over there. And I actually see it, I think. If not the last tower, for sure. But yeah, if you take your time with this fight, it makes it a very... Which, if you do it synced, which you will be doing in your first time through unless you've bought a job skip, like I did on this alternate version of my character, to save time. It's an all-out fucking war, dude. Like, it really feels like an all-out fucking war, which it's supposed to. Fun fact, if you use the Dragon Killer too early, Mishap jumps up instantly as fast as a Dragoon high jump and becomes untargetable for a bit. Well, I kind of, I may have found that out the hard way. That's where I was going with this. I think at this point I realized, oh shit, it's not that side, it's the other one. And I went straight for the other tower. I was like, okay, let's go, let's go. Like, he's in range. He's charging up for his attack. Do it now. And then I used it. And he dodges it. Look, he canceled his fucking AoE attack he was charging up. And dodged it. He dodged it. And even Lucia's like, it dodged a bloody missile! A creature of that size. You die in 2 steps when it's synced? Yeah. Yeah, it hurts, definitely. Yeah, he was charging up his AoE and he still dodged it. I didn't even know he could dodge it in the first place, but I was more shocked that he interrupted his own attack and dodged it. I didn't give a fuck. Then the third one, I was like, okay, so I have to time this. The panic music sets in. It's like, oh shit. You're gonna fucking lose. His cleave attacks one-shot you when smacking the gates and cannons. Yeah, you're not supposed to stand on the cannon anymore. So then I noticed there's a targeting circle, see? For when you're near the dragon killer, it tells you where it's gonna hit. I was like, oh shit, so it's like a missile that arcs down. And I think you do actually see it here. Hold on, he's slow as fuck. Let me skip ahead. I like trials like this one. You're behind the cannon? Yeah, because the AoE just kind of hits like the dead center of the cannon. I was getting ready, but then this asshole saw me and climbed up the tower after me. Okay, there it is. I was like, alright, I got this bitch. Here it comes. I know his targeting circle is sort of in his center, so I waited a little bit. I was like, I'll get him this time. I went for it right there. And boom! He just immediately jumped out of the way. And then you see the You kind of see the missile fall there, but not really. Just falls down from the sky, explodes, hits nothing. I was like, what an asshole. I don't even know how I hit him the first time, honestly. I really don't. And then I killed him because I thought we were going to lose. The dragon is why he knew? Oh, so you have to kill the ads first, otherwise he gets warned. Oh, I didn't know that, okay. Then I killed him, but then I went back in again to see what happens if you actually lose the fight, which is what this is. There's the powder kegs. We didn't even get a good look at that last time. They put powder kegs to defeat them, but you have to kill the ads to make sure they don't blow them up early. I was too far away from this. I think I killed him early in the last clip, so... It, like, does nothing. Like, hardly any damage to him. I was like, was that supposed to hurt him? My first time through, over a year ago, when I did it sync, we killed him right as the powder kegs blew up. So it was kind of, you know, it got pretty close. You finished it on the last gate? Yeah, so mine was a little bit more monkish shape then. Okay, so he's gonna charge through the cannons first. Yeah, the powder keg does slow him down a little. At least. Doesn't do much damage, but yeah. So at this point, Lucia's confident because of the powder keg. But then at this point she says, if it breathes, we are lost. Use both the snares, which I don't know what that refers to. Choke its throat closed. I was like, I don't see any other mechanics, just cannons. So I just kind of dealt with the others and I was like, let's see if we lose here. I was like, no. By all that is holy. She's panicking now. That's it. All he has to do now is reach the gate, and you're fucking screwed. And I love the panic music right here. It's just like, you're gonna lose. It's really fitting, basically. The arc of the worthy is at our backs. May Halone grant us the strength to die well in its shadow. One body slam. Two body slams. Third body slam. It's over. You get 3 body slams. If you didn't kill him by then, you lose. Your character's still alive, but you failed to defend Ishmael. I like that there's certain trials that have like an actual little death scene like that, or a failure scene. Yeah, exactly. That's why I went back to clip that. I wanted to see the animation. There's one for, I don't want to spoil it, but there's another boss coming up later in Heavensward that has also a special death animation. Yeah, I'd like to know which ones actually that I've done have special death animations. I bet there's probably one for... I don't want to say anything. I'm trying to speak too far ahead. Anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show that because I was like, I feel like I rushed through... You know, I didn't rehearse anything, so I kind of feel like I rushed through a little bit with that fight. I probably should have dragged it out just a little bit longer for more climactic effect, you know? You're trying to solo for the relic? Yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. If it's the Heavensward file that I'm thinking of too. Yeah. It is even unsynced at my level. If you don't do the mechanics correctly, you'll still lose. So I think it's basically when you have to defend something. Yeah. When you have to defend something. Oh, and you were doing the extreme version if you were going for a... Oh, wait, no, you weren't. Actually, I don't know. Well, either way, there's certain fights where you can't ignore the mechanics even if you're doing it unsynced because you have to protect something, like in this case, you know, the Ark or whatever, the Gate of Ishgard. You have to protect it. There's other trials like that where you have to keep something else from being destroyed, not just you. Those ones, I think, are the ones that have special death animations or failure animations that you don't usually see when you lose a fight. Also, I just realized the music for the game was hella fucking loud. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to turn it back down. But yeah, any trial where you have to, like, protect something else, I think it probably has a death animation, I'm guessing. I'm gonna try it as we go through the game now. But, enough rambling. Let's get started, shall we? So, I'm gonna watch the trailer one more time, this time actually comment on it a little bit. and then we'll just dive right in. So yeah, my first time through the game, I started watching this trailer. I was like, let's see if I made the right choice not watching it until I got to this part of the game. Just listening to the music and seeing this, I was like, yeah, I kind of think this is going to have spoilers in it. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, Crimson. You probably weren't here yet, but yeah, I was explaining that that's exactly what I did. When I first started playing this game, I made sure never to watch any of the trailers, because I just had that gut instinct that they were going to spoil shit. So I watched the trailers as I went through MSQ, which is what I'm doing now, obviously. So I saw this and was like, oh, thank God I never watched this until I got to, you know, it would have ruined the entire ending of Realm Reborn for me. Now, with this music and everything, after I had just seen that whole scene that we saw last night, that movie, that 2-hour set of cutscenes with the banquet and everything that went wrong, watching this trailer the next day, the cutscene where Midlander Warrior of Light wasn't a stick. Yeah. Yeah, so before this part, I was already kind of choking up and in tears remembering everything that happened. I just felt so bad for our character, the Warrior of Light. I just felt like they didn't deserve this, you know? After everything they did, all the sacrifice that you do for the realm. I was seething with anger at everyone who perpetuated that. The Monetarists, but also Ilberd for betraying Raban. Their childhood friends, for crying out loud. It pissed me off. I was like, I guess now we're gonna go into Ishgard in hiding. But after the Steps of Faith, that trial I just showed, I mean, even Ishgard's fucked up now too. It got wrecked. Not completely destroyed, but pretty badly damaged. Random Estinian. I think it's implied in the trailer that Estinian was chucking spears at the dragon that was attacking you just now. Now, at this part of the trailer, I was like, oh wow, this is very grandiose. Like, they're making it very majestic. Very epic, you know? There's some airships, so we're gonna be in the sky. Heavensward. It's like, it just, already you feel like it's gonna be a different game from Realm Reborn. Like, the tone is totally different now. And the trailer sets it up perfectly. When we get that city melt? Yeah. I was like, oh, this must be the new in-room, where the Warrior of Light is right there. And here I was like, this asshole. And poor Raban. We saw him in-game like this last night, and I was just... Yeah, my first time through, I was like, geez, this is fucked up. I was seething. I wanted revenge for what they did. And this... Even though this is showing Ishgard, the music and everything still pumped me up for that, you know? I was like, I can't wait to get these bastards back for what they did to us. I'm getting chills rewatching it right now. The lyrics for this intro music? Yeah, I haven't looked it up actually. Shit, that's what I was... Because I looked up the lyrics for Answers, the theme song for A Realm Reborn. And a song that I shouldn't say right now for spoilers, but I haven't looked up that one though. The other Heavensward song, that's very significant. But that one, no, I haven't looked at the lyrics for that one yet. So yeah, that was basically my thoughts my first time through for that trailer. I was just like pumped up to get back at those assholes for what they did at the end of Realm Reborn. But also, obviously excited to see what's gonna happen in Ishgard with all the fighting with the dragons and everything. I was just like, this is gonna be some good shit. And again, I'd already heard people were psyching me up for it. They were like, oh, Heavensward and Shadowbringers is where it's at. You know, those two expansions are amazing. So, yeah, like right now I still got chills rewatching the trailer, but I got even more back then when I was just like, this looks like it's gonna be fucking awesome. Yeah, go ahead, Crimson, because I'm not even sure how to look up the song for that one. I don't know the name of it for that trailer we just saw. Okay. Oh, yeah, the ad phase for that trial. Yeah, that's exactly where I got screwed over one time too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that's the first special death animation I saw too, Crimson. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, so the song is literally just called Heavensward. Okay. Alright, I'll definitely check this out later. Thanks for sending that to me. Alright, I'll skim through it right now, actually. Just to get a sense of it. Intra Ishkar Sanctus Terra, Ignis Daemones, Caelum Terrore, Cessidid Heroes, Deus Ventus Mor Sequitur, O Dragoon. A horde of wyverns scraped the skies, 1,000 years we fought this war. Our spears have pierced their blackened hearts, the holy sea we're fighting for. The children of the Keeper of the Lake come to take away, they will destroy the Holy Land, so Heavensward we fly this day. This is a gambit for survival, we are battle-tested. Prepare to face these demons. Of this, there is no question. The wayward relics of an age forgotten to the stars. A plummet raining down, the terror of the sky shards. I raise my lance to fend, my brothers in the battle. I jump so high and then I feel my soul unravel. Slaying the beast within, the skies I am. Diving to depths unknown upon high wind. The storm a mark of doom, the dark monsoon. I fear no pain, no death, I am a dragoon. Somebody can make a meme out of that shit. Our land governed before the sun, the holy ones they face their doom. The demons hear the primal song, and so they've come to slay dragoons. The children of the Keeper of the Lake come to take away, they will destroy the holy land. So Heavensward we fly this day. For Ishgard must be saved, our pride's all that remains. Wyverns breathe your last flames, these are your final days. There's pain inside, but I must go. Enjoy Ishgard Sanctus Terra. Where death resides, I still have hope. Salus Nostra, Sanctus Miles. Heavensward. Wow. Interesting. The song was apparently done by somebody named Falcon Shield? I don't know. Yeah, I was like, that. I don't think that doesn't sound right. Yeah. Because I read all that and I was like, I don't think that matches up with what I was listening to. Yeah, there's a different one. That might have been like a fan one. Or something. Oh, I see. So this... Yeah, because I was like, that doesn't add up. I've never seen a credit to Falcon Shield. I was like, that's something else. I think I found the right one this time. So I thought about opening the video, but I was like, that might take a while. So I tried to look up the lyrics, and that one's the first one that pops up. Yeah. I figured out it was fan-made when I realized the artist, and then the lyrics, I was like, this doesn't seem right. This doesn't match up to what we were just listening to. This one matches, yeah. I think this is the right one now. Because I went to an actual... Let me see if this one is in. Beneath the gazing stars, veils deep in forest stark, betrayed by loyal hands or bastard. So far so good? I don't think that's the one. Okay, so this is the right one. Yeah, I was like, this sounds fan-made when I was reading it. And especially because the artist. I was like, Falcon, what? I've never heard of these people. But so they do good fan music. That's good to know. So yeah, this one says, bound fast unto our fate, one path, one burden great, yet ever do our aching souls point heavensward. Ever rings out our song, yes, ever do our aching souls march heavensward, as they've done for so long. They did League of Legends music? Falcon? Whatever it was? Falcon Shield? To their trespass we are witness, here to pass this final sentence. No forgiveness, no deliverance, only justice, only vengeance. This flows a lot better. Wills unbending, faith unending, stone defending, now our steel shall sing. Guide us, almighty fury, guide us to victory. And then, this and some in, our slumber disturbed. Rosan kin ala na, all my brothers wake. Ma morn na a ar, the saviors must perish. Saljas afa'an, vengeance will be ours. Eorzea. Yeah, that matches up better, because I was like, the lyrics for that one were also way too long. This set of lyrics was shorter. That definitely fits the trailer, yeah. The next song listed under it is the one that I did look up last night, which doesn't play until much later in the story for obvious reasons. Spoilers and all that. The lyrics are also a little tease for what's to come, I'm guessing. It's subtle though. Yeah. Subtle little tease, for sure. Alright, enough of this palaver, we gotta go. Been like half-hour stream. Haven't even started playing yet. Well, let's get into it. It's the new title screen. The last part. Our slumber disturbed, all my brothers wake, the saviors must perish, vengeance will be ours. Yeah, once it's in context, I suppose I can see that. This is kind of like when I started A Realm Reborn. Yeah, it's kind of like when I started A Realm Reborn. Whereas, what was I going with this? Oh yeah, we saw the trailer and then I showed the opening movie and then commented on it. And by the time we actually started playing, it was like 20 minutes in. So I think this is going to happen at the beginning of every expansion, honestly. There's a lot to talk about between expansions, so a lot to comment on. Hear, feel, think. Yeah, the other lyrics I finally looked up last night were answers too. The song Answers for A Realm Reborn. That one hits hard. It's very relatable to literally anyone. Because it's basically like asking the meaning of life and exploring it and why we're destined to die when the moment we're born or even conceived. That kind of thing, like it hits hard when you really like listen to it and follow along with the lyrics. They get changed a bit for the Coils version. Oof. I don't know which one I heard then. I heard the one that's on Spotify, it's just called Answers. And it had the lyrics under it, so. How's it going? Back to Camp Bagnet. Volume's good? Yeah. Wrong way. Oh, Marlborough. Yeah, I kept track. It was Marlborough. And I can double check too, just by doing this. Where was it? UI. HUD. Current world name. Marlborough. It's up there in the top right. Marlborough! I also realized I could have checked faster by scrolling up in the chat log. There it is. Welcome to Marlborough, it says. Alright, so picking up where we left off. Heavensward Part 1. Get into it, shall we? Owing to schemes in the shadows of Ul'dah, the scions of the Seventh Dawn have been scattered and the Warrior of Light has been forced to flee north. Though granted shelter by Lord Harshfon, the heroes must press on to Ishtar. But what trials await in this reclusive nation locked in a never-ending struggle with dragons? Well, according to Midgardsormr last night, nothing awaits us there except more pain, sorrow, grief, and death. Those weren't his exact... I'm paraphrasing. It's not exactly what he said, but... Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Yeah. So, canonically, we were here the whole time. We spent the night in this place, I guess. And, you know. Harshfon did his best to lift Alfino out of his depression and say, you know, we gotta chin up and move forward. We can't give up. So, that's what we're doing. No matter how long it takes, I have faith we will find the others. With Lady Yuguri's shinobi, Oryangeo's intelligence, and my versatility, there's nothing we cannot do. What do you have to say, Alfino? First Heavensward quest. Coming to Ishgard. Spent like a couple nights in here, yeah. Waiting for them to let us into Ishgard. AKA, go buy the expansion, basically. And wait for it to launch, of course, way back then.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Ul'dah and set things right.
Sound familiar? It shouldn't. New voice actors.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchefon.
All the voice actors got changed at this point. So rip... Yeah, rip Steve Burnside from Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. He's not Alfino anymore.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
I have the volume where it usually is.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Like, I lowered my mic
Pray
because...
forgive my impatience.
You hear that echo? Whenever there's voiced cutscenes, I lower my mic because of...
tidings. Count Edmond has decreed that
Nah.
the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortan. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
They're letting us in!
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here, here!
Yeah, it's something I barely discovered. Because I have no way of dealing with the echo because I have a noise suppressor program. It filters out everything except voices. But it doesn't. It's not fully compatible with the hardware I have. I kind of hacked it with a YouTube guide to make it compatible with the graphics card that I have, but it doesn't work like it should, where it should only focus on my voice. So any voice it hears, including from my TV, just goes right through. So you won't hear sound effects echoing or music echoing, but you will hear their voices, and then it sounds terrible. And I never knew how to fix this until literally when I started Realm Reborn, I got the idea to just lower my mic volume. And then when I went back to check the VOD, I realized that eliminated the echo from the other players, or sorry, the voice actors from the television. It got rid of the echo. So now that's why I do that. Whenever I go into a cutscene with voiceovers, I just lower it to minimum volume, and then I have to yell so that you guys can hear me commenting, and then raise it back up whenever there's no voiceovers anymore. But the game volume and everything else, I reset it back to how it should be, like it was last night, which is 60% on Streamlabs OBS. Not all the circumstances under which I had hoped to visit Ishgard for the first time, but so be it. Isn't that the way it goes sometimes? They say the winds can be rather fierce on the steps of faith. Be sure to wrap up before we go. I need some new clothes, you're right. I'm still wearing the shit I wore to the goddamn banquet. That's because the circumstances. We had to get the fuck out of there. We didn't have time to go change clothes or anything. Even Alfie knows not dressed for this weather. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then... You were wearing Hildebrand attire as a bard when you went to Heavensward? So you froze? Damn. I know, we always thought we'd come to Ishgard just like under normal circumstances, but we ended up... We're going to Ishgard as fucking fugitives on the run. The rest of Eorzea's trying to hunt us down. A friend told you they were in a bikini when they first got here? I was wearing the level 60 crafted gear set that somebody made for me when I reached level 60. And I reached level 60 way before Heavensward because I got into doing duty roulettes after initial Realm Reborn. So I started spamming duty. It's the same reason I'm level 90 now. Even though I haven't touched shit of Endwalker. It's just because of duty roulettes. But yeah, we've seen this before. I like this approach though, look at this. It's so imposing. Especially after what Midgard Zormer said last night. Nothing awaits you except, like, horrible shit in there. You won't find salvation. Yeah, exactly, but I would have gotten that gear set at the end of Heavensward. But I had it, like, before I even started it. Just because somebody made it for me. When I reached level 60. But yeah, I think I got into doing duty roulettes because I was a little OCD, and I was farming poetics for the level 50 gear. And then I reached level 60 and I got better gear anyway, so that was kind of a waste of time. But like, I just got really into the gameplay, the party content, like doing dungeons and trials or whatever. Oh, we talked to this guy. Yeah, by the time I actually started Heavensward, I was level 70. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. By the time I actually really got into doing the MSQ for Heavensward. Yeah, I was way over leveled. But the convenience of that, nothing, like hardly anything attacked me. Because, monsters only attack you if you're within 10 levels. Wards of House Forton? Ah, yes. You may pass. For the first time ever, we cross the steps of faith completely and actually go into the city proper of Ishgard, which is known as Foundation. Yeah, after this, I stopped stopping.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Forton, Heavensward. It's just like FF12, where I had the memoirs, they read out loud the memoirs of, and it was voiced over by the character. Of what's his name? I forgot his name already. I forgot the name of the goddamn place, too. FF12 was too long ago, guys, I'm sorry. I forgot. But yeah, they kind of did it like that. The narration by the character who wrote the book that he's reading out of, and then it tells you at the end of each, every time they do that. But yeah, this is quite something, isn't it? We finally get to see this city up close. It's quite something. I got chills there towards the end of that. Alright, Chris. Yeah, I didn't stop for side content after... Once I got into Heavensward and, like, really got into it, I was like, fuck this, I'm just going. And I just... Yeah, I stuck to MSQ from that point on. Which I think I would still stop to do some roulettes just to get the best level gear for every time I reach the level cap. Like, you know, Heavensward's level cap and... Well, when you beat the game, you unlock the ability to use Poetics to get the gear for that level cap or whatever. I think I see you already back there. God, I feel like a child in a giant's castle. From afar, the spires did not seem so tall. Right? And then you get here and it's like, holy shit, dude, this place is actually huge. Greetings, Master Starcrest. On behalf of House Fortom, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me. Take it all in. They didn't start changing the shape of the Aetherites until later. They still look like the same as... It's because it has to do with the region. technically this is still, you know... Oh, there you are. Are you eating something? Oh, you're talking with the... Okay, you're talking with the other knights here. The wave. You have the dragoon armor, don't you? Yeah, you do. You painted it red. I was like, are you eating? But no, you were just talking with them, doing the little hand motion. Thanks for the warm welcome. Kinda need it. I'm so glad we came here during the day. Because you actually get to, like, you know, see it a lot better. Now where the hell do I gotta go? The last vigil. I love that stance that only women get. Because, like, this dude is just, you know... Like, this is cool, too, but... I like the propping the spear down like that. It's pretty cool. What spear is that? That's a cool-ass looking spear. What is that? Abel's Lance. A friend of mine said they wish they could actually switch between the two. Like, so you could actually choose to have this seat pose, no matter what your gender was. You know? Level 90 job gear? Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a friend said they should just let you choose between the male or the female stance when you're in idle like this. I think that would actually be pretty cool too, yeah. You just have to add another seat pose, basically, instead of just these two. Oh, they are thinking of doing it. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, there's a female monk showing off the new alliance armor using the male monk stance. Oh, that's cool. Nice. All right, I'm looking forward to that. I won't use Aetherites at first, just because, so we can actually see the city instead of just teleporting everywhere. I'll take the long way for the first time. What emote? I saw that in cutscenes. I thought that was new and different. Like, during A Realm Reborn, I noticed my character was putting away his spear and taking it out differently. I think I saw it during Coils of Bahamut. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I don't remember him pulling... Yeah, I don't remember them pulling out their spear like that. So you have to go get it... If you want to do it yourself, you have to get it from Gold Saucer. Okay. But yeah, they do it in the cutscene now. They don't just pull it out generically like they used to. I was like, what the fuck? When did I start taking out my spear like that? I'm used to seeing this during cutscenes, but instead they were doing what you were doing. They were going... I was like, what the fuck? 100k Gold Saucer points for draw. And then another 100k for... Jesus, so you need 200k? Well, I'm almost there. Good thing I've kept up with the Cactpot thing. But I guess I'll have to do gates later if I actually want to get there, seriously. Alright, I'm gonna get going. The pillars. Well, I can still do this. I'm still dressed and have my weapon and sunglasses put away like I was last night, because technically we've been on the run. Doesn't make sense to really change your outfit yet. We just came here straight from the celebration at Ul'dah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Alfino and Tataru had a robe on, but I was like, shit! I don't have anything like that in my glams. Like a robe. I don't got shit. But yeah, technically they should have given us a robe. Oh, you had the Blood Dragon title. Oh yeah, sorry, I should turn that back on. I have, what's it called? I have titles for others set to off, I think. Yeah. So put show. There we go. File display settings show. So I think it was to reduce clutter, the reason I did it. Like that, you know? You can turn off FC or Wonder on players? I didn't even know that was... I didn't look through it enough. I don't really see it. Well, I can figure it out later, though. Oh yeah, there's a main building. They give us a tour of Ishgard right now in MSQ, though, so I'm not gonna bother trying to explore the city and show it off yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's an option, yeah. Just titles. They give us a proper tour, though, so I'm just gonna keep going. Is it just me, or is the air up here different? You can almost smell the wealth and power. God, it's making me feel faint. We are pretty high up now, in elevation, so you can get lightheaded from that. To look upon the splendor of these heights, one would little suspect the ruin wrought by the wyverns below. I'd say. The warrior of light and his brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fort Tom Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord.
Oh shit.
I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome.
So he's the
As
narrator.
wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
Ujerba, that's the location. I still forgot the guy though. Marquis Ondor. I finally remembered the
My
FF
companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
The honor is mine,
Count Dripule.
Master Alfino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
What? They're taken aback.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think?
Can't argue with that logic.
Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Raising eyebrows.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
You know what I'm really happy about? Getting to Heavensward, where, like you said, they now have a budget and do a lot more voiceover work, and they have new voice actors that really can actually nail the roles now and know what they're doing. I think my favorite part about this, I get to do a lot less voiceover work now. There's a lot more cutscenes where there's voice acting, so I won't have to read out loud so much anymore, and my voice won't get shot by the end of the day. At least not until we get to the post-game again. The raids, the Alliance raids, those are never voiced. Yeah, post-patch, Aroma Born stuff, yeah. That's when they were starting to get money. Yeah, I'm really happy that I'm not gonna have to read so much out loud anymore. I'm gonna be able to relax and actually comment on what they're saying rather than having to constantly read out loud or pause the scene by not reading and commenting something, and then, you know, I can just let the scene play out, yell out comments, or wait till the end to say something. Greetings, Master Starcrest. How may I be of assistance? What do you do here? Tell me about... Okay. Too much extra shit. We'll figure it out as we go through the story. They'll be whispering about you soon if they aren't already. The mysterious guests of House Fortom or some such. I'll say. Emanaline and Arturo. That's how you pronounce it. Greetings, Scion, and welcome. We are honored by your presence. As I said before, my home is your home. After all you have done on our behalf, it is the least I can offer. I gotta be careful, just like in Realm Reborn, which NPCs I actually talk to during New Game Plus, because not all of them are synced to what's happening in the New Game Plus storyline. In instances like this, it's usually safe, but outside I can't really talk to every NPC, because some of them will talk about what's happening where you're supposed to be, not in New Game Plus. I saw that happen a few times in Realm Reborn. So, what do you think? Be honest, it's great, isn't it? This? Hell yeah, dude, it's amazing. To think that we only just now got housing in this place. But of course the interior is not going to look like this for player housing unless you make it that way. Dude, I already saw an Imperium the other day. I forgot which character I logged into. I saw somebody make a house that looked like it belonged in Shirogane. It was so... It contrasted so much. Yeah, for story purposes, you know, I know why, but... It's still interesting, though, that it wasn't until the Shadowbringers expansion that they started doing that, right? A lot of people moved from Shirogane. No wonder, yeah. I was like, this house, like the outside of it, I was like, it does not match the rest of Ishgard at all. But some people, obviously a lot of people aren't going to give a shit anyway, though. They'll make their house look like whatever they want it to. But it was very noticeable, unlike other housing districts. The contrast was very noticeable. Okay. It is an honor to have you with us, Master Starcrest. It's an honor to be here, just wish we got here under better circumstances. So this is what the inside of the manor of a high house looks like? To think that Lord Harshfang was raised here. Yeah, there's their shield with their family emblem on it too. Lovely fireplace over here. Okay, let's start this little tour of Ishgard, shall we? Taking in the sights. Though our friends in House Fortom have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. Agreed. It is only proper that we learn about our new home so that we might become more self-sufficient. Agreed. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. The lighting is freaking out right now. Did you see that? Those documents identify you as wards of House Fortom. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortom. But let us hope it shall not come to that. But just keep these identification documents in case, just in case. Got it. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Pepe laughed. Leon, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! I can imagine the excitement when you come to a new city at the beginning of like a new expansion. It must be flooded with players, like just crowded as hell. If this marathon had actually gone to plan and I'd started Endwalker when it started, I would have seen that shit. But little did I know, Final Fantasy games are super fucking long. Even the first ones. I'm glad I have a map. I confess, it had been a long dream of mine to visit Ishgard. To my childish self, her towers, bridges, and cobbled streets seemed akin to something from a fairy tale, and I have never quite outgrown the fantasy. Nice, I hope you find the reality just as, you know. The music is so somber. Like, sad, but not like depressing sad. Or I guess it can, it depends on how you look at it, but it's just somber is how I like to think of it, just kind of sad, you know? As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled closure, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If there are no questions, lead the way, my man. Good sir. Gentlemen. Oh, I see. Oh, it's that way. The Holy Vault where Archbishop Thordan VII rules from on high. I think this person is literally in the exact same MSQ as me. They're awfully fond of statues, aren't they? Hey, what if I took up sculpting? I bet you could make a fortune in a place like this. And we need every guild we can get. It's true. It's always funny when you sync up with a random ass player in MSQ like that. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The Vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thordan's famed Knights 12? Which ones? These ones on the side? Very good, Master Elfino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thordan I, to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. I'm relearning history here. I forgot about this. I didn't realize that's what these statues were. Sometimes it actually pays off to New Game Plus, folks. Like, you'll be surprised how many details like this you forget after you haven't, you know, played through a game in a long time. Or in this case, an earlier expansion in the story. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there's much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. AKA do side quests. The yellow markers for people. You learn shit like that. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled closure, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise? Or Elise, I don't even know. Our master of the markets. No idea how to pronounce that one. What the? Targeted literally everything except the person I wanted to. If you want to buy something, let me do the talking. I could haggle for Ul'dah. That's true. Not a single scorched stone in sight. To watch these merchants going about their business, one would think the dragons had never attacked. Yeah, this place is actually okay, yeah. I present to you Mistress Elise. Mayhap you would like to say a few words? Sure. The new targeting feature? No. I didn't even realize there was one. I'm curious about it now. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all hella good for controller and keyboard and mouse. Then I really want to know. Ah, wards of House Fortune. How very interesting. Count Edmond has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. I think the names and everything here are supposed to be French, right? Technically? Like based off the French language? Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. I'm gonna check that after this cutscene. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza and Foundation. If everyone is ready. Character configuration, control settings, target tab, auto target settings. Enable both and set priority to closest range. Oh my god. Considering how many times I complained about the targeting not targeting like the closest thing to me, that's a godsend. I think if you look back at my A Realm Reborn streams, you'll just see me constantly going, what the fuck? I'm trying to target this guy. What's targeting that dude way over there? So, character configuration, control settings, target tab, auto target settings. So this is new? Oh yeah, this didn't used to be here. It was this. This is new. You can just spam your attack button instead of targeting. Auto target according to priority. Auto target priority, line of sight or closest range. Closest range, please. What does enable full auto target do? Let me see. I'm probably gonna have to go fight monsters to test it, right? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. I'll put it on for now, though. We can just go straight this way then. This was the shortest way, yeah. Something I forgot to mention in the trailer, this is pretty far off now, but when he puts on the Dragoon armor, the level 60 Dragoon armor basically, the hand part, it goes I was like, dude, it's animation porn. It's so satisfying to see this. And then the helmet too at the end. Like, not only does it look cool, but the way it closes. Those metallic sound effects and the animation itself, the graphics, oh my god. I don't get tired of seeing that part of the trailer. My favorite rendition of the music here is at nighttime. It's so sad. And I like it because of that, because it sounds sad. You ever get a funny tingling feeling when you attune to an aetheryte, or is it just me? No? So it is just me. I mean, I get a feeling of satisfaction when you're like and it fills up all the way. It's just like you feel like you're unlocking something very valuable when you do that, or just like you're powering up. I don't know. It's weird, but I think that's what she's talking about. I think she's kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit in a subtle way there, and I think I agree with her. Hmm. Oh, I have already attuned myself to the Aetheryte. I trust you have as well? Yeah. Sure. And here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. Okay. So at that point, you would do that, do this, but of course, you know, I'm already done. New Game Plus. I can see how there's going to be issues, though. Actually, no, that would have happened anyway. I thought that was another player. No. If that NPC wasn't there, I would have been able to just target the Aetheryte right away. So that has nothing to do with the new setting. Because even when I hadn't turned that on yet, there were times when I was trying to target the Aetheryte right in front of me, they would target some NPC off to the side. So that has nothing to do with the settings I just changed. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? Alfino's like, let's change up the tour a little bit. Mix it up. The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There are engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. Why? And why is that? Thank you, Alfie. I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alfino. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. Who's this asshole? You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have ye? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues? Well, if you've a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight if your nursemaid'll let you. What a dick. My humblest apologies, Master Alfino. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Leon. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. That's how you got information in Final Fantasy Tactics to unlock secret content in that game, so yeah. I agree. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? That's also where you found hunt boards in FF12, so... taverns and shit. And I'm coming too! I like the new quest accepted and complete sound. Alright, fuck it. Now I'm gonna start using the Aetherytes. Now that we're done with the tour of the city. At this point, it's canon to have them unlocked. So, I'm using them. The fuck? I was expecting that to hurt. Hey Crimson, there was one time Levy jumped down like that and I was like right here. And when she landed, the music was quiet enough that on my TV just really loud I heard ah! Like I was like, holy shit. Just a loud ass I think she was still yeah, she was still in aura at that point. I was like, oh shit, I never told her about it. I was like, that sounded really loud. You hear the bones crack too, that when you land. Yes, I've got a good feeling about this place. Mayhap one drink would be... No, I mustn't. One leads to another, Alpino. One leads to many. Start chain drinking. Once more, I must urge you to reconsider. There are several gentlemen who appear less than pleased by our presence. That's because you're upper class and this place isn't. There's already tension just because of that. The haves and the have-nots. Class warfare? We know how it goes. Gibberlunt. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments. Master... Gibberlunt. Just Gibberlunt will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note the difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their tastes. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourself. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. Of course. Just like in real life, the poor people are the ones affected most by COVID and other natural disasters. It's the same shit. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it, while the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below. And something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. Boot? He's got shoes on. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Unless that whole thing is meant to be... I don't know. Looking at his outfit, I'm just like, where's the separation between the shoes and the leggings? I don't even know if there is any. Master Alfino, I think it would be best if we return to Forton Manor. A wall lean over there. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru? I am afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alfino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I can practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? Excuse me. If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I'd driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. Oh, sounds like she's in good hands. That settles it then. Tataru, Leon, and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will. Even Tataru gets catcalled. Everyone has, everyone has tastes. I meant to pause that sooner. The delay on my PC. I hit the pause button, it didn't work. I thought that was an NPC for a second. Fatal Fantasy. I like the name. I like the roleplay too, sitting in front of the fire. It brings a certain ambiance to this place. See, again, this is why I kind of like having the name tags off. You don't know who's actually an NPC and who isn't. I literally thought that person sitting in front of the fireplace was an NPC for a second. Even though I have the NPC name tags on, my brain still kind of If it's not a blue name tag, it must be an NPC. My brain's still programmed that way. Not all NPCs have name tags too. That's right. That's why I think my brain can't get used to it. Not every NPC is marked like this. Some of them are just... There we go, like that. Your skin is like the snow. Your eyes like sapphires. I almost said as... ass, but with Z's instead of S's. So yeah, having name tags off for players, they can actually blend in some places with NPCs. It's kind of cool. Again, it brings the game to life a bit more. Keeps you immersed. Well, come, Master Starcrest. Shall I show you inside the manor? Why, yes, my good sir. Don't mind if I do. Well, we're back. Tell us then, Master Alfino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. Now you see how important that fight, the Steps of Faith, was. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Now, like, if it's a human, kill it. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Seems like you guys got a long way to rebuild everything that was destroyed, but most of the city is still, you know, it's only certain sections that got utterly destroyed. Most of the city we can access, though, seems okay, at least up here. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you have done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. Damn straight. That is a most generous offer, Master Alfino. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Master Starcrest, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Arturo and Amanelaine in their duties. I beg your pardon? Oh, he doesn't like that. I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the Fury. The two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Master Starcrest the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius van Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Actually, yeah. He is not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. Damn, reprimanded both of them. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Starcrest, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. Yeah, it's not an issue. One of them's happy, the other one's pissed off. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. It would seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortom has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. It is an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Symbiotic relationship, the best kind, right? Mutual benefits. Mutually beneficial. Ah, Master Starcrest! Lord of Manolane would like to speak with you. I see that. Which one should I talk to first? Over the wall. Ah, this guy. Following the order it offers up there I feel is better, because otherwise we would have done Tataru's little filler quest after the one where Wilrid died in Realm Reborn. It kind of would have not made as much sense. Over the wall. Lord Arturel is less than eager to brief you on his mission. I bet. Let us begin anew, Master Starcrest. I am Sir Arturel de Forton, eldest son of Count Edmond de Forton. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me. Unlike some. Archfon has spoken of you often. If you are even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. I like how Archfon looks very different from his two brothers here, because he's got, like, light blue hair, and these guys both have dark hair. Did they say... was he, like, adopted or something? I don't remember if they said anything about that. I might have missed it. I'm not really sure. Because he looks very different from them. To the matter at hand, then. We will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durinder and Zamail. They did say this somewhere, yeah, but I can't remember where. Yeah, Harshfon wasn't born into the family, something like that. Because he does look very different from them. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and Foundation. Again, in this case, it doesn't make much difference if you could accept both quests like you can when you're doing this for the first time. Because they take you to totally different places. You can't do them both in conjunction anyway. Alright, well, this ain't part of MSQ, but at this point, we've gotten a tour of the city, we've settled in. Time to go actually get a, you know, fucking change of clothes. I think they made it so you no longer take damage from that fall. You notice that? I've been fine. Unless that's a trait for a Dragoon I don't know about. A fine morning to you, sir. How may I assist you? I think it is, now that I think about it. You still can? How the fuck am I not taking damage then? Weird. This is the new inn room. I remember when I first started Realm Reborn, I compared the three of the other city-states. I said Limsa was my favorite one, the way it looks. I liked that Gridania's looks humble and cozy and minimalist, but I still liked the overall appearance of Limsa. This one, of course, matches the outside. Ishgard, right? It's in a tavern, so it's not exactly high class, but again, that's kind of why I like it a little bit. It's humble. It's rustic, you know? And you get a nice little fireplace. And you can do this. and just listen to the fire. It's quite nice. This game gives you a lot of options to relax. This kind of looks like the window that the Warrior of Light opens in the trailer, a little bit. But it was just a generic place he was standing in. It wasn't really this room. A well-earned rest after fucking nearly dying at the hands of Ilbert and his cronies. Like I said, I'm here to get changed though. Fuck! Time to suspend it for a second. Wasn't I able to use the glamour dress? Oh wait, hold on. I don't have to use it like this. I can just do this. This. I know. Relax, homie. Our new attire. I feel like it, even though it's come from a completely different game, it actually kind of matches this environment a little bit. And again, I'm following the footsteps of my past self. This is actually what I wore when I started Heavensward. Way back then. On my first playthrough. Oh, so we come out of here. Cool. Now we're ready to go. It's down below. I've secured chocobo porters for the two of us. The chocobo keep has yours. Alright. Greetings, Master Starcrest. I've saddled a black chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands, as per Lord Artoral's instruction. Will this be your first time riding a black chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat. As I dare say you know, this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high, too, even over snowflow. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself. So just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. Imagine doing this in real life. Like, this is your taxi service. You gotta hold on to this bird and hope it doesn't fucking drop you. Kurthis Western Highlands. We've only been in the Central Highlands in A Realm Reborn. This is the first time we're here.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken, that the Knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest. Once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, he came.
We'll get to see the actual flight next time. The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. Of course. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. Closest I've gotten to that in real life is jumping out of a plane. Liberating is one way to put it. Riding a chocobo, though, that would be quite an experience. It has been far, far too long, Lord Arturel. And who might your companion be? Pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Leon Starcrest, Ward of House Forton. Ah, yes, of course. Lord Drillmont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. That's what I get for trying to read too fast. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Master Starcrest is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for his benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers. And then came the calamity. There's the trailer music again. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Yeah, if you guys remember in 1.0, Curthos was not covered in snow. This only happened after the calamity. Abandoned to the heretics. Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Forton are at your disposal. Sir Redwald, you need but tell us where to begin. In progress. Several craftsmen in service to House Zamail are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me he has need of a man with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? I'm on it. On the edge of the fucking search area. That's what the frame drops. Oof. Yes, I'm Roth, and who might you be? Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I have the honor of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over one of them black birds, same as you, to build and mend all and tell others how to build and mend. But Fury take me, this ice. It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words, there are pockets of them here, and they're just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. We're taking out ice sprites? Yep. Nice first quest. Kill cute little ice crystals. Well, now we can see how the targeting works. Maybe. If there's more than one enemy. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Oh! I didn't even push anything. He targeted him just because he attacked me first. I think that's one setting I didn't actually like having on, though. Was that this one? I'll test it. Is it based on time, or is it them attacking you? But I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter that much anymore, but when doing Praetorium back in the day, before it's a 6.1 patch, let's see. Ah, okay, so it's that. Okay, now I have control of it again. It won't target unless I push that. Like that. You still have to face them to target them, though. Alright. Good to know. Yeah, whenever I would do MSQ Roulette and get Praetorium, I would try to target the elevator button, and the auto target would would screw me up because it would try to target an enemy attacking me instead. I had to turn that off. With this new feature, though, I should be able to target, what I want to instead of... Why are you targeting, some dude way off in the distance? Cheers to the programmer who, figured that shit out. Fixing the targeting system as an option. Ha! Now there's a man who looks like he found his marks. He's found his marks. You're just the sort we need around here. The kind that'll hop too when he sees a task undone. Well, thanks. First and foremost. You're a dab hand at Warcraft, I can tell. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself when there are others out would need help same as me, so if you're keen to keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you to head north to the Pike. Excuse me. The bloody huge statue out in the waste, if you've never been. Mason by the name of Thiermont, I think, is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Thiermont, but I reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. I'm on it. Now my outfit actually matches the bike. This is what Todd wears in the movie where he uses his bike, so... He has goggles, I got sunglasses. Oh! I could get actual goggles, but I don't like the way they look. Now we actually get to see this place properly. And hear the beautiful music. Hail to you, traveler. What brings you out this way? Foreman Roth bid you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect have not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just a thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. Okay. Deep eyes? Oh, Jesus. Staring into my fucking soul, dude. Yet they're still kind of cute. What the hell? Things aren't gonna die that easily anymore. Still pretty easily, though. There you are. Have you the bristles? Hey, here you go. Wait, what does it say? Thick, deep gray bristles sheared from a wild beast. Ah, feel how coarse that is? That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from this statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azir Dragoons and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Drabanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon this statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The word may be hard, the work may be hard, and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. Right on. I believe there's a sightseeing log up there too. Yep, there it is. The very first Azir Dragoon. I have a cape too. The original Dragoon design from... Well, no, FF2s didn't have it, actually. They added the cape in FF4, I believe. Or even... Was there Dragoon in 3? I can't remember. Are you for Falcon's Nest? If so, I have a favor to ask you. There's this knight, Sir... I think it's... Isidore, yeah. Isidore, maybe. Stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect. More than I deserve, to be honest. Any road, while you were away she came through on patrol and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. Not a problem. The first few quests always feel like little menial tasks, don't they? Like the beginning of Realm Reborn all over again. But it's world building, basically. Giving you lore, context of what's happening. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Ice-crusted bundle. A once hot package unintentionally left by Isidore to cool in the frigid highland winds. Confound it, that fool of a... what a waste. What's wrong? It was a gift, adventurer. Dearmont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight cannot be seen favoring a lowborn mason in such a manner. Oh, I see. So my character looked at her like... And then she was like, why not simply give it to him? And then she says, because, you know, I can't be seen favoring him that way. So I read it in the wrong cadence, basically. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Dearmont. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray give my regards to Sir Redwall. Alright, well, I have an aetherite, so I'm not flying back. That's for sure. Come on, Midgie. Yes, I did just call Midgard Zorm or Midgie. I don't know why, that's the first time I've ever done that. I must applaud your initiative, Master Starcrest. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women. You and Lord Archerell included. Alright, lay it on me, bro. What's up? Reconnaissance lost. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Dromon said. Good. We have lost contact with the reconnaissance party sent north to Riversmeet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim and has claimed the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Archerell will be working together. Seek them out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. It seems we've been assigned the area near Camp Riversmeet, Master Starcrest. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many of our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from the Cressus Western Highlands. One of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. It would not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. Holy shit, that's far. I'm so glad that as of Endwalker 6.0, they made it so there's like 4 ether currents now, as opposed to how it used to be, where it was like almost 8 sometimes. It was a way higher number, and then you even had to do side quests with them. Because doing this without flight, from this point on, like Realm Reborn's fine, but from this point on, when you don't have flight, it's it can take a while to get to places. Like a very long time to get somewhere. Especially this terrain sucks ass when you don't have flight, because the map can deceive you. If you don't read the lines and how dark they are sometimes, you'll end up thinking you're going the right way when you start going like straight somewhere, only to find out you have to double around. See this riverbed? My first time through, I was like, oh, I can probably just, you know, go. I don't think I have to cross this bridge. And I went like down to the river, and I thought I could just cross like that to this side. You learn the hard way, you need to use this bridge, because otherwise you have to do this. Go all the way the fuck around this way, all the way over here, and then finally you can climb up here, and there you go. That bridge is valuable when you don't have flight. And there's lots of areas like this from this point on. Not just Heavensward. Stormblood, Shadowbringers, they really incentivize you getting flight, and the maps are designed around you being able to fly. Even though you can't at the beginning. But it's to encourage you to unlock it. Basically, again, it goes back to what you said, Crimson. Oh, I'm talking about how fat the maps are. I see that you just said you came back. I'm talking about how fat the maps are and how deceiving this part was for me my first time through. Like, you think if you don't use this bridge, you think you can still just do this, just cross straight ahead. And you have to go all the way around, actually, if you fall down to the riverbed and do this, just to get back up. And even if you want to get back up on this side, I think you have to go this way. Yeah, like, you still have to go a very long way if you fall down over here. And I was just talking about how you need flight, and they really encourage it. And I was about to say, maps are designed around that from this point on, not just in Heavensward, but future expansions. Because, as you said, Crimson, it's, they got a much bigger budget, so maps are fat now. Like, you wouldn't see a map this big, really, in Realm Reborn. They were not this fat. They're just huge now. They got a huge budget, so... And so I was just saying all that to wrap up, to go back to my initial statement about why I'm even talking about this. I'm so glad that ether currents... There's a spider on my window. I'm so glad that ether currents are now reduced to like 4. The ones you have to find anyway, with the compass. This thing. You've already tuned with the ether current. You still have to do the ones for the side quests though, but still, the most annoying ones were the ones that were placed around the map. Now there's only 4 for every map, I think from here to Shadowbringers. Yeah, they moved it from key items, over here, is where it used to be, to collection, right? Like you said? Which is, where the fuck is that? Actually, I don't know. Where the hell do you find collection? Oh, there it is. There it is. Ether compass. Boom. Because some people accidentally threw it. There was an NPC that gives you one if you did throw it away, but people probably forgot which NPC it was. But yeah, so... Ether currents, yes. So they moved them... Now there's only 4 of them as of 6.0. And they supposedly moved them to be lined up with MSQ, wherever NPCs are telling you to go and where you have to go for destinations for main scenario quest. The ether currents are very close to your destinations now. So it's very convenient, it's not a hassle. It used to be a fucking hassle. When I first started playing, I'm glad I had friends who flew me around to get all the ether currents because some of them were so far out of the way. Ugh, it was so bad. Yeah, I got all of mine before Endwalker 2, but I had friends that flew me around. So, my first time through. When I played on the second character, I did them all myself and I got to see firsthand the struggle. I was like, Jesus. There, below us, Camp Riversmeet, or what remains of it. I will say though, my second character, even though I did them myself, at least I had familiarity with the land, so it still wasn't quite the same. Not the same struggle as someone who doesn't even know what the hell to expect. I already had the lay of the land in my head. I see no way to descend the cliff safely from here. Should we fall, the beast below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. That's true. My first... yeah... I'll talk about it when it's there. I don't know, it's relevant. So, when you fall, you take fall damage. I thought you always just ended up at 1 HP no matter what. I found out the hard way in Shadowbringers during my first playthrough. Somebody's mining here. Oh yeah, they are. That if you're in combat, you don't get down to 1 HP when you fall off. You die. Yeah. You fucking die. I was like, oh shit. I found out the hard way. It happened during my blind playthrough, which is still up on YouTube. I was like, why did I die? What the fuck happened? If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. So, the reason he said monsters will eat you alive, because the ones with the red marks, which is now 90% of them from this point on, like that, they auto-aggro. Even if you don't attack them, they'll attack you first. So if you fall off this cliff and you're at 1 HP and then suddenly he targets you, well, he's going to kill you in 1 hit, no matter what. Because you're at 1 HP. So no matter how high your stats are, he will kill you. But since I'm way above his level, he's not going to target me, so I don't run that risk. That's why I didn't find out. That's why I didn't find out till Shadowbringers. Since I was level 70 to 80 for most expansions, Heavensward and Stormblood, nothing ever attacked me automatically, so I never died from fall damage and being targeted by a, an enemy while falling or before or after falling. That's why it didn't happen until Shadowbringers. I was being chased by a monster when I jumped off a cliff and I died. I was like, shit, well, now I know that's a thing. A frozen Aetheryte, I'm guessing? Destroyed, but also frozen, it looks like. Yeah. This place is... it's wrecked. Let none escape! Oh yeah? I have nothing else to say, I don't know. You alright, dude? Are you alright? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved, just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Master Starcrest. Well, thank you. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Not but white all around, until we saw shapes moving towards us, running towards us with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close, but the others? There was shouting and screaming, but after a while I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide when the storm passed. Or while the storm passed. But the heretics tracked you here. Aye. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must... Have faith, sir. Justice will be done. But first we must see you to safety. I can still fight. Not really. At the end of our hope. He has the right of it, Master Starcrest. Whatever remains of the Heretics' trail will be gone with the next snowfall. But we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the Heretics' trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. Excuse me. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Sorry, man, I'm a one-man army. We've established this. I think I'll be okay, but I appreciate the concern. Rest assured, we will not be far behind. And Leon, thank you. Fresh footprints and a dead body. The tracks continue to the north. You know what sucks about doing quest battles like this in the overworld? Even though you're traveling across the same map, your first time through, your map will not fill out. So I'm going to travel like this. But if this was all blacked out still, because it's uncharted territory, it will not fill out in your quest battle. You have to actually travel there outside of the instance to fill out the map, which is really annoying. There's a quest in Stormblood that does that. It takes you across the entire map and you get none of it. Because it's all in the quest battle. I like the weather though. Hey asshole. Oh shit, that's right, I'm level thing. You know what I'm talking about. That's stupid, isn't it? Prick. Also, because we're in a quest battle instance, I can't pull out my mount. We have to run normally. Tries to continue to the north. Yeah, I think they put the mobs in as like, you know, let's give the player something to do, like some action while they travel halfway across the fucking map on foot. You know? I don't think I have to check these, I can just keep going. Yeah. I can't blame you for that. I mean, it's like, it's easy to get lost when all you see is these footprints, like, really far apart from each other, you know? I was like, okay, they said north, I'm just gonna keep heading north and zigzag around rock formations like this, and hopefully I won't get too lost. I think I've gone too far. Yep. Funny how the first time through I didn't get lost, but now I did. Must be out to the east somewhere then. At least you could. At least they have tethers. You can actually just run, keep running, and they'll eventually give up. The blizzard makes it hard to see too. We get some high ground and see where I should go from here. Lots of Camp River's meat, which was right there. Perhaps it's off to the west then. Well, I'll just double back to the footprints and see if they maybe said they changed directions or something. There they are. What? Oh, so you had to check these ones? For fuck's sake. The other ones did nothing, but these ones you actually had to check. Oh, and I remember that happening before. I know how to use this! Spineless heretic. Let's kick him in the nuts. Help! Somebody help! You can kill this guy. But if you don't know where he's going, well. Yeah, see, I made the mistake of not checking that last set of footprints, and apparently you had to. And like I said, you can still kill this guy, and then you'll have to find where he was going on your own if you do that. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just him lead me there. He's not targeting me. He's targeting question. Whatever the hell question marks are. Question mark targeting is a bug? Oh, I see. So he is technically still targeting me. Oh, not anymore. Alright, that's far enough. I don't want to lose the element of surprise. Oh! They found the storms! That was the wrong button. Oh fuck, that's right, I can only do that. Great, I get to spam one singular attack on this. No, I won't! Oh. Well, keep going. We hit the jackpot. This was their hideout. Some people actually got scared by that. Oh wait, you said something else. Let me see. If your cam wasn't facing that way, nothing would have happened. Some people actually got scared by that. You mean if I walked in here while my camera was facing, like, towards me, they wouldn't have attacked me right away?
Looking for me, I presume.
The leader of the heretics, of course. I'm here to arrest you. So you got close enough? Oh, okay.
Ah, the child who glimpsed the truth.
No! It cannot be.
He cameth unto me, as didst thou.
I mean, you sent me to him.
Alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
Well, she's the first one who told us to talk to the Keeper of the Lake way back then, so...
He speaks true, Warrior of Light. Like you, I have been blessed with the Echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be.
Killing civilians won't bring them together, or what of the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation? What of the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation?
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control. Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Shit. Master Starcrest! Praise Helona, you are alive! Came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. So they were looking in the cellar of this farmhouse. Yeah, they jumped me as soon as I went down there. I can see that could scare the shit out of you. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this eve, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. We are still searching the area, sir, but the only heretics we have found thus far are the ones you left behind. I know, right? A pity she got away, just kinda... I didn't just let her walk away. That's totally not what happened. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. Knights, be not proud. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. Lord Arturo, Master Starcrest, full glad am I to see you both hale and healthy. What news? Shit happened. You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I'm glad you took all that just from me saying shit happened. I can convey a lot in just so few words, huh? I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father in the Holy See. Oh, there's the first instance of a aetheryte that's actually different. I just noticed. As will I, Lord Arturo. May it serve to remind our superiors what houses during their fourth Tom could achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed, I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest? We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Master Starcrest have accomplished far more than I had thought possible. I cannot in good conscience impose upon you any longer. Pray return to Ishgard with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. The fury. Yeah, here we go. This is the first Aetheryte that actually looked different from the ones in Realm Reborn. A triangular cylinder type thing. Oh yeah, can we see the return trip or no? Oh yeah, so if you haven't unlocked flight for your mount yet, you actually can't even do this. If you haven't found all the ether currents, which you can't at this point, you can't leave through here. Like the gates don't even open for you. These ones. You have to use the chocobo keep every time. Again, another incentive for you to unlock flying through ether currents. And what I forgot to mention was that Heavensward was the first expansion to actually allow that too. Realm Reborn didn't have flying at all. See if... Nope. Wait. There we go, we get to see the return flight. What's the music like on this? Well, rip. You just teleport back to these, right? Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it till now. There was a vista on top of the tower. A great view up there for Dragoon. I'll check it out when we come back. Why am I... It's just an instinct. Trying to pull out the mount whenever you have to cover long distances. Whoa! Did you see that? That was... Bro, just boom, you're there. Like, what the fuck was with that ultra fast teleport just now? That was fucking weird. It just black screened instantly. Boom. Master Starcrest, I would speak plain. From the first, I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beggar belief. But Harshfan swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. Yeah, that was the fastest loading ever, yeah. Boom! Just boom, you're there. And he duly listened, because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother. The legacy of my father's soul and discretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him. And, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. Damn, poor Harshfont. He was the black sheep of the family. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Riversmeet, when we came upon the Wounded Knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task fraught with danger. And there you were, the savior of Eorzea and honored guest of House Fortam. My new comrade in arms. Harshfont's dear friend. I told myself if it was to be a test... No, I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Yet you accepted the task without a word of protest nor any sign of fear. And you duly tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Harshfont had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength bespeaks mine own weakness. But I will not doubt you again, Master Starcrest. On that you have my word. Well, thanks, dude. I don't blame him, though. Honestly, I'd probably feel the same way. Be like, is this guy really, you know, everything is cut out to be, or what the fuck, what's going on? Alright, well, time for me to take a break. Yeah, I'll stop here. When we come back, we'll do a Manoline's quest. Phew. But yeah, I gotta go as usual and come back later. Run some errands. Not leave the house this time, but you know, take care of some shit. So, we'll stop here. I feel like I had something to say, that's why I'm kind of pausing a little bit, but... No, I think I'm good. Yeah, there's that. Okay. So, anyway, onwards and upwards. That's what we'll come back to. I think I'll just... Fuck it, I'll go back to the hotel room like I usually do. So, you know what, if I load back in here without New Game Plus enabled, bad things might happen. Hope everything went well with the new Alliance raid, Crimson. You know, you went to go help Rose with that, so... Hope everything turned out okay. But, yeah. This is it. So, as always, folks, you know how I usually say, please take care of yourselves, each other, stay safe. And, as always, I appreciate the support on YouTube and Twitch. And until next time, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And we'll see you all a little bit later. Peace. Take it easy, everyone.